everyone, welcome back to my channel. A big topic at the moment is stay at home, so I thought, well, let's do something about stay at home. So I have got a few tips for you guys of what you can do while you're staying at home. I hope this will help you guys to stay sane and not kill anybody if you haven't already. If you have, rather keep it quiet. So one of the things I've been told is happening at the moment is going around the streets, taking your kids for a walk and just getting your feet stretched. As long as you're practicing social distancing in obviously some areas, this is allowed, not everywhere. We are currently allowed to leave home for essentials, and we can go out for a walk and stretch our legs. So a very lovely idea at the moment, which a friend of mine mentioned the other day, thanks Katie, is to take a walk through the streets and look for teddy bears inside windows. People are putting teddy bears inside their windows which are facing the street. And you can take your kids down and have a look at all the teddies in the windows and actually spot them and see how many you can spot along the way. I think it's great for your kids, and you also get a bit of exercise. You don't realize how far you're walking and how much exercise you actually got, and because you're so busy looking for teddy bears, it makes it a lot easier as well as fun. So that's a nice tip. Tip number one. Why not try doing some reading while you're sitting around? There must be some books on your shelf that you guys haven't maybe gotten to read yet that you'd love to read. This was given to my husband by my daughter, and I've been wanting to read it because it sounds like it's quite an interesting book. Fantastic Beasts, just up my alley. Find a book, read something. We all got some books lying around that we haven't got to at some stage. That's also a great idea. How about doing a hobby that you haven't done in a long time? I know my hobbies were scrapbooking. I used to make beaded jewelry, some silver chain items, and fabric painting used to be one of my favorites, as well as adult coloring. Here's some clips for you to see the latest one that I just did. We tend to neglect a lot are our windows, and that is something you could do now while you are at home. If you are someone who likes to clean, is get out your cleaning stuff and clean your windows. You don't have to do all of them in one day. You can spread it out over a few days, but yeah, clean your windows. That's a great thing to do. Another thing that I love to do is go through my wardrobe and see what there is that I don't use anymore. I'll put all these things in a box and I will donate them to people who can use them, those less fortunate than us. This is going to be a huge thing for people now, especially after this. I think that this virus has hit a lot of people really hard. So go throw it in a donation box somewhere and let someone else benefit from it. And at the same time, you're cleaning out your cupboard. So that's another bonus. Have some FaceTime with friends and family. There's nothing better than seeing their faces on the other side of your screen, especially when they're far away from you. And it's also great for your kids. Do it with their friends, the friends that they see at school each day. I know my friend has started it with me, and I love it when my kids get to speak to her kids because they just light up and they forget about being locked up at home. This morning was one of the kids' friends' birthdays, and they're not allowed to leave home, and we did a bit of a sing-song, and it just made him feel a bit special, especially knowing that he's cooped up at home and can't have a little bit of a party or friends over. So that is great as well. So I've got this glass cutting board that I love to use, and at the back of it you can see it's got these little things on it, and these two here have come off. So I want to stick these back on. I have kept them. So I'm just going to use some super glue and I'm going to paste them back on the sides here. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit at the back. Oops. Okay, I said a little bit. And I'm just going to flip that over onto there. And I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm just going to let it dry. And then it's back to normal. This side will then be the same level as that side because they will all have their little thingies on them. That was a quick and easy job, something I've been stalling, and I now got to get it done because I had some time on my hands. Something my family really loves are board games. Some of the games we like to play are Hungry Turtles. This is a very noisy one, but also a lot of fun for the kids. Wobbly Worms. This is based on Jenga, but it's really fun, so we enjoy playing that as well. Let's Go Fishing. The kids really enjoy this one. Dog Doctor. Raven absolutely loves this game. For the elder people, you can also have some cards handy and do some nice adult card games. I think we all know Uno. Monopoly is also one of our favorites. I think this is one of Malky's favorites. He loves playing Monopoly. Then we've got this Kerplunk, which is a whole lot of sticks stuck into a tube, and you have to pull them out and see who gets buzz first, and they are the winner. And then we've got the Giant Snakes and Ladders, which is also nice, and it's really big, so it really is good for the little ones. One that Malcolm and my husband really enjoy is the Sea Battle. They love this one. So they will sit outside and just the two of them in the fresh air and play a few games. Another nice thing that you can do is also play Lego. I mean, there's so much you can do with Lego. Kids love it, adults love it. I mean, we have quite a lot of fun with the Lego. So maybe pull out the Lego and then maybe see who's the most creative. I would also suggest maybe climbing on the couch or staying in bed for the day and just binge watch Netflix. For someone who didn't like Game of Thrones in the beginning, I have to admit I thoroughly enjoyed it, and after hearing my colleagues always talking about it in the office, the one day I just decided, oh, let's go watch. Episode 1, not so great. Episode 2, I started watching, and that was me. I watched all of them, and the great thing for me was the last one was out just as I started, so I managed to watch them all, and then the last season as well, so that was cool. So go binge watch, guys. We are all entitled to have a day. The last one I want to suggest is some gardening. If you have your own garden, this would be a nice time to go do some gardening. Maybe just get stuck in and do those things that you haven't got to do. And that is what I've done. I'm going to show you a clip of a before and after where I trimmed some trees. And the reason for trimming these trees, I'm going to show you those pictures now as well. We have spiders that close up the leaves and they climb in, they make like a little, they sort of envelope themselves into a leaf and they sit inside of it. And I don't like them. I don't know what they are, and I have 2 little kids and I don't want them to get bitten by them. I like to cut all those branches down so I know that those things are not anywhere where my kids may be. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay home, be safe, and I hope that we all get through this unscathed. I know it's going to be tough going into the new world after this. I don't think things are going to be the same. I can imagine a lot changing. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.